Good morning, traders. It is another day, time for another Bitcoin morning update, and let's get right into it. So, yesterday we had this really nice move down. We took the lows of this range here yesterday, and I was updating everyone in the group saying this is a very decent risk to reward opportunity for a long position here. I took profit on my short and I compounded my long at this point, expecting this range to continue playing out. Now, that's because I see this narrative that we've had all week still kind of being in play here. I do always look at the charts as I like to think of them as a story. And right now, the story is there are a lot of frustrated people who missed this long that were expecting it to come down to 45k. Never happened. We knew that was the less likely scenario. We thought that this could get a nice bounce here. We saw the divergences, we saw all of those things, and yeah, we were prepared for these scenarios. So obviously it could have come down here, but it didn't, and we were prepared for that. So yeah, a lot of people trapped either in shorts that were thinking it would come down here, which would just be ridiculous, or they closed out of long positions, or they just simply missed the move. Those same people shorting it all the way up just out of frustration, waiting for a retrace, which as yet has not happened. Okay, so, and this again, the same people that would have been longing the Facebook rumors, and again shorting yesterday, expecting these lower targets. Now we do have lower targets in play, and I'm not going to say they're never going to fill, or they're never going to happen. We do have this daily, and we do have the golden pocket here, which lines up, all of which is within this area of an inefficiency within the chart. But sometimes what doesn't happen in the chart is more important than what does. And what doesn't happen, or what hasn't happened so far, is we have not come back to fill these inefficiencies, and we have not got the long opportunity that everyone is expecting. And everyone has these levels on their chart now. So, so I'm more than happy to take the other side and to look for longs just at the lows of this range, and to be, until we do come down to these levels, I'm not looking for them. If price comes down here, I'm ready, but I'm not expecting that. And that's what you just have to know as a trader, is you need to just trade what the chart is giving you. And the chart's giving us a range right now. That's all we've been in since we did have that bounce. So yeah, we do have local resistance coming up, so we'll see how we get along here. So this is our local golden pocket. We do have a new daily that has formed, or well, it's been there for a few days, but we do have this daily level. And also, let's go on to the 4 hour. We do have the point of control of this whole range coming in again at this same area. Okay, so this is our resistance, and this is really the only level, the only area to the upside that I'm interested in right now. This also lines up really nicely with some stuff on our TPO charts, which I'll go over in a minute. So yeah, 55k up to 55, let's say 54,900 up to 55,200 is an area of resistance. At that point, maybe we would get a rejection, and then finally price could come back down into these areas. But again, not expecting that until it actually happens. And if it does happen, I'll be prepared for that. So for now, trade the range. And I think it's safer to assume that these inefficiencies will not fill until they do. Yeah. So when what should happen doesn't, which is a long kind of standing Wall Street saying, Jim Dalton. Yeah, this is quite an important thing here, and this is what we're doing. Like, we should come back to fill these inefficiencies, and under normal market conditions we would, come back to fill these inefficiencies, but we are in a short squeeze still, and this would be too easy for a lot of people to get in or out of bad positions down here. Okay, so don't trade it until it happens. Cool. So yeah, we have our resistance, we have now our support, and this is the range that has formed. Okay, so we can also go over onto our TPO charts, and we can see the same thing here. We can see that there is a lot of acceptance of value within this area. So on the day that we had the big move up in price, we had a really nice high volume area around here, and we're just still hanging around the same area. Okay, this is the same range, and what we now can do after coming back down to test the lows of this range, we can start to merge these together, and now this has given us the range from the bounce to where we are now. So this gives us a value area low of the range at 53,325. So 53,325. So we're looking kind of at these areas here. Let's mark these on the chart actually. So let's mark 53,325. And this is just on 50 tick. This will be a, do I have a range value area low? Yeah. We have our volume point of control at 54,700. So we can move this up to 54,700. And that will be our range point of control. And then we have our value area high coming in at 55,125. Okay, this is just areas, but areas to be aware of. And once again, that brings us into this area of confluence, and here is our range. So sorry, bit of a messy chart now because I've got a lot on here, but if we start to remove these, then this is the range that has formed. Okay, so this is all tradable now. What we also do have is we do have our time point of control at 54,400, which is where prices just got that rejection from. So we are at our time point of control now. But I'll keep the volume point of control on the chart for now. I do put more weight on the volume point of control. So yeah, there we go. We've identified, or we already knew this was a range, or it would form a range. We never came back down to the lows. So where the low of this range would be wasn't yet defined. We could have just stayed up in this higher range. But we did come down and take the lows off of this first reaction low that we got when we came into this area. And yeah, you can see nice, even now, these levels are working quite nicely. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to stop waffling on about Bitcoin. So yeah, I still expect us to remain in this range. I don't see us coming down here until we do. I see it kind of 50-50, like this could easily, is almost as likely for me that this is going to break up as it is to come down before getting a bounce. I'd actually probably prefer that scenario because this still to me just seems too easy. It just seems too easy to come down here. So it would be really nice if we can form a range and then we can come out of the range and then get a move up next week. Yeah, that's what I would do if I was a market maker. I'd probably just keep in this range, frustrate the hell out of everyone, and then break up from there, I think. Yeah, that's Bitcoin. I'm going to stop waffling on about that. So Ethereum, let's go ETH BTC. Again, still looking really good. It's having this slight pullback, but again, this is just, yeah, a nice consolidation that we've seen happen after moves up previously. And I do think that we can probably be looking at our 4-hour moving averages now at this point. So we've not even come down into our 10 EMA on the 4-hour. I would expect there to be a bounce there. We have our 21 coming down there as well. Yeah, we'll probably get a little move down now that these EMAs have curled over here. But yeah, we'll just have to see how that progresses. If we do get a move down to these prior highs, then that would be nice. So 0.0504 around here. So maybe we get a move down, we come into this area, and then we start to come up, and then we finally hit target. Like, I see no reason to be selling Ethereum at these levels. I still think we have another push up ahead of us. I was going over this on a stream with some members yesterday, is that I just don't see anything within this area that is a resistance, apart from like, yeah, like we're through everything. For me, we're through the important resistance, and we do have these two levels. So we have our monthly, and we have this one, which is the wick low of, so it's the only other historical level that we really have up at these areas. So these are the two next resistance for me. And here, there's just nothing really, nothing significant. There's nothing significant on any fibs, whereas we do have confluence further up in these areas. Same again on the US dollar chart. We're through any resistance here. And we're looking really up towards 2,920, 2,950/3K area, I do think. And I think that we'll probably end up getting that maybe over the weekend. So yeah, the ETH USD chart looks really good here. It's through the resistance, the significant resistance that it had back here. And yeah, that's the thing for me, is I think everyone is way too underexposed in Ethereum right now. I think everyone's been sleeping on it. It's a very similar thing to what we saw from BNB earlier in the year, where no one was in BNB positions. Everyone was sleeping on it, and then it just had this amazing move up, and now suddenly everyone's interested in it. It seems a similar thing that's going on with Ethereum, is it's just kind of creeping up here. If it does get a move up to 3K, that will trigger FOMO buyers. Yeah, and that's when we could see a retrace, because we would come into our areas of resistance here, which is about a 10% move up from where we are now. Okay, so yeah, we're looking 10% up on the Bitcoin pair. And if we take that over onto the US dollar pair, a 10% move up takes us, sorry, need to do this on my chart. 10% move up takes us around the 3K area. So that is where FOMO can kick in, and that is where greed can kick in, and that is where we would be taking our next profit. So yeah, Ethereum really nice. I do not see this turning around yet until it hits our targets. Litecoin, same thing. I will be doing a video on Litecoin, a specific one on Litecoin. This is just really nicely, we know where this is going, and it's coming up here. I'm fairly confident on that, unless of course anything changes in Bitcoin. I do think that Litecoin is going to be making another 7% move higher in the next few days as well. And where will that take us on the Litecoin chart? So that could take us really nicely back into this weekly level. So 7% from here. Yeah, we might not get that, but we could be looking at these highs over here. So we do have a weekly resistance. That will be a resistance. We do have these highs up here, but then we also have $324, which is eventually another target to the upside. So yeah, the big three all looking healthy. None of them really look like they're... Yeah, Litecoin's had a little bit of resistance here in the past. You could put on... We could call this a fixed range now. We do have our value area high. That's not the best. I don't want that on 20 tick. Let's have it on, say, 200 rows just to make it easy. Yeah, so we've got the value area high of the range we're in now, and this is where we did get that rejection from. So right here. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. If we do get a pullback onto the point of control before higher, that is a possibility. But again, my target for this, I am in a long position on Litecoin as well, and my target will be up towards this 5,200 sats area. Okay, and that will be like taking profit along the way. I have hit TP1, but yeah. Okay, anything else? I'm going to be doing another video on Link later on today, and I might do a video on some other stuff as well. Let's just have a look at the ones that I mentioned in the video. So Acro, still looking okay here. It's not really moved today. It hasn't moved at all today. So yeah, Acro looks good. What else do we have? BZRX, we had a really nice move up yesterday. We came right into this resistance here. So this is like the last resistance on the chart. We did get that close above this daily, which I do like. So that is the highest close that we've had this year on BZRX on a Bitcoin pair. We've come down, we've tested this area here, so this still looks good. We're at resistance, but I am looking at like a really big move here. So this is like 5x potential within this. So yeah, just remaining patient. I'm in a good position, so happy days. What else do we have? We have RSR that we were looking at. Still steady, and I expect this to just stay steady for the foreseeable future. And we have our target here up at the weekly, and we'll see what happens there. We'll go to our low caps, and we have QNT, which again, I'm not expecting anything big from this yet. This is still accumulation. Yeah, still accumulation here. And we have UBXT, which we are looking at. Just a nice little range that we've got going on here. So again, no immediate moves on UBXT, on QNT, on RSR. I think they're just, if they can remain steady, then that's good for me. These are spot positions that I'm in on those. If you have not seen my video why I'm looking at these coins, then please do check it out. I'll put it on a link in this video if I can figure out how to do that. So I will do that. But yeah, apart from that, the biggest movers, we have FTM, really nice move up there. RLC, see that? Yeah, this one looks nice. This is one that was looking really nice. And Reef as well, still surprising us. So I did take that long position just out of like fair play. Reef, you held this weekly, so I bought it because it has been so strong here. And yeah, this will be resistance here at 77 sats. We can get rid of that level, it's not important. And we have resistance here at 84 sats. If it can get back above there, then who knows. Cool. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. This has been a fairly long one today, and I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, great. We'll be live streaming tonight, so please do join us for that. We have a special guest on the live stream tonight. So put that in your calendar. It will be at 9 p.m. UK time, so that is 9 p.m. British summer time, which will be at 8 p.m. UTC. Okay, so yeah, that is right, I think. Yeah. Please do join us tonight, and I will see you then. Great. Cheers, guys. Bye.